live with the second session of the playtest for Against the Darkmaster. We had a week off last week, but we're back at it. We have some folks here in the chat, including one of the creators / developers. So I want to say hello, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here, and we may have some questions for you throughout the session. We'll see. But I'm going to start off with our characters, or our players, introducing their characters one more time for everybody watching. And then we're going to do a recap, and we're going to jump in right where we left off. And my Discord icons have disappeared again. So I'm going to try and figure out technical difficulties while you guys do character intros. Who wants to go first? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. All right. Thank you. Archie. Oh. Hold on a minute, guys. For some reason they're not hearing you. There
me?
We go.
They're not hearing me?
No, they weren't. I'm not gonna make us do the intro over again that we missed. Unless you want to quickly run through it, but continue on, Tobald.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Tobald, from the top.
All right. So I am playing Tobald the Ferret. He is from the Grassy Hills. It's a pleasant town. And he received a letter from his cousin, Mirabella, from this township that we're investigating. I think Willow Lake. And she was reporting that her sheep were being stolen and the guards are incompetent. So him, being the son of the local sheriff, decided to use this as a vacation and to help her out, and come to find out that her husband's been taken by some beast in town. He has a ferret that he keeps with him. Weasel is what I call him. Yeah, he's not a weasel, he's a ferret. And he is out to adventure and hopefully find out what happened to the sheep and the husband.
Yes.
His name's Raffles. The ferret's name is Raffles also. Just I don't call him.
We're calling him Weasel, man. It's coined.
Yes. He was a ferret, but what did you call him?
Weasel.
All right, Tobald. Let's jump to the next character.
I'll jump in there. I'm playing Athelstan the Black. Athelstan is born to two major noble houses and was second in line to assist his brother, who would gain the throne once he was old enough. But being physically superior to his brother, he felt he should be the one in charge, and decided that wasn't how things were going to go. Well, he was told to step down, and altercations happened at a party at one point where he got into a duel with somebody who was far superior to himself. His brother had to step in and actually save his life, whereupon he was shamed and had to leave his family's lands, where he took the epithet the Black. From there, he moved to the the city of the White Walls, where he became a city guard to teach himself temperance. And while there, he befriended and fell in love with a fair maid named Morning, though she does not appear to return his attentions.
That's right. Okay. Very good. Who's up next?
Oh, I'll go. My fair maiden voice. I'm playing Mornin the Fair. She's a human born in the city of White Walls. She was an illegitimate daughter of a ranking nobleman and one of his courtesans, and she was actually raised by that nobleman's uncle, who was a scholar and taught her the ways of the mystics and magic. He'd been gone on a long trip and actually sent her a letter and asked him to join him in Willow Lake, where she's headed. And Athelstan came along to protect her. Isn't that nice?
That's right.
So she's going to find her uncle.
And Madoc?
Yes. Hold on just 1 second.
Okay. Do you want me to buy you some more time and go back to the one that was not heard on the stream?
That would be perfect.
To Gandrel? All right, Gandrel, do your intro again.
Okay, so Gandrel is a elf that is living just outside of this town, and he actually got a letter from his old friend Nevin, who is also the person who raised Mornin. Me and Nevin go way back, and he's been doing a lot to teach me about what elves have been doing in this chunk of the world over the last 100 years, and said that they might actually have been the people who settled this town originally. So I came to the town to help find Nevin at the bequest of one of his letters sent to me. I also wanted to find out why we are no longer involved in this town and what our history is with it. Tobald actually solved that part of my quest line for me last week with a amazing 267 roll, 2 critical successes, I believe. And now my goal is to find my old pal Nevin, and if it's needed, kill the beast that may have taken him.
Yeah, very good. All right, Madoc, you're on deck.
Madoc the Cunning, son of Rocknar the Bold, son of Halnar the Sullen, of Clan Frostforge from the Frost Mountains, has descended into the realm of man to learn the ways of the world and to aid potential allies and crush foes of the clan. Madoc is wise beyond his years, meticulous in his manner, and a bit of a hoarder, with an always overstuffed but useful pack. He has arrived where the party is. Hearing that there is something afoot that needs to be fixed, he is hoping that he can make new friends and allies for the clan.
Nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I've been going crazy here trying to work out these technical difficulties. So if any of you guys who are in the stream are watching, your icons are now showing, but there's a big, giant, ugly white box behind you. That's my only solution so we can see who's talking. So I'll leave it on there as much as it's bothering me, and I'm going to try not to look at it while we play, because it looks terrible. Otherwise, your Discord icons are gone. That was happening the other night when we streamed as well. We couldn't see who was talking when we were playing. So this is better than nothing. All right, very good. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to do a recap of what took place last week. And I was asked to go over to the map to help jog their memories. So we'll drag them over to the map of Willow Lake. And who wants to start us off? You guys already gave your reasons why you were there. If you remember, you were started in the Dancing Trout Inn. It kicked off in there, and there was a ruckus in the streets. Go! The only one who's exempt is Madoc, because he wasn't here. Or we make him do the whole thing to see if you watch the stream.
Ooh, that's it.
I did not watch the stream, so we can cut to the chase on that.
Well, I remember some of it, and then you can jump in. So
group effort.
I'll help, buddy.
All right, so there was a Thane, which I found out those are the same people who ruled Canada during the last stream.
What? No. What?
There was a ruckus outside about this people being taken, and my cousin came screaming. Mirabella came screaming outside of this inn that we were in, and pointed out that her husband, or communicated that her husband had been taken, and nothing's being done. And this Thane showed up, and he was saying, "Oh, he's going to do his best to find him. He's going to hire some adventurers."
That's right. Wolfric, sorry, was his name. Wolfric's Longhouse. She went into the Longhouse and was pleading, and the town gathered. Right.
He said
I
he's
just call him
Canada, correct?
Yeah, because I didn't know Canada had things.
Where did this
I didn't know
Canada come from?
I don't know how Canada politics work, Canadian politics work. I just assumed
I don't remember. I don't recall this part, but okay.
Okay, so in steps Tobal to volunteer after some larger folks stood up to go volunteer to save her husband and potentially the sheep. He loves his cousin, but he's not stupid. So when his two new compatriots stood up and volunteered, he was a little more enthusiastic about going to help. So that worked out well. I believe someone had a relative here that it was in that tower, right? And not
Nevin's tower.
Yeah, Nevin's tower, I believe it was.
Yeah, Mornine, her uncle.
Yeah, so that's what I specifically remember about Tobal's motivation.
So yeah.
I can go over our first trip to the tower if you want.
Yes, I remember some breaking and entering.
Where you went through the window?
Yeah, so you guys were were asked to help investigate these disappearances because the warden, Amon, has disappeared a couple weeks back. Archibald was now gone, and sheep and livestock are disappearing from the farms surrounding the town of Willow Lake. And you guys were asked if you could look into it because you looked like a hardy bunch, and with the promise of being the new wardens of the area. So you guys kind of said, sure, yeah, we'll look into it, especially Tobold, because he had some personal motivations. So from there, you guys went back for second breakfast, and then from there, you went to Nevin's Tower. So we'll jump to Nevin's Tower then in the recap.
So we went to Nevin's Tower, and it was actually Gandrel who miraculously athletically climbed up to the window, but alas, somebody had been there first and destroyed all the maps with ink, which were in the room at the top of the tower. It definitely wasn't Gandrel who did a critical fail trying to explore the room. Not being able to get into the door, that was in the top of the tower. I came down. We didn't explore too much of that, and we went off to, I believe it was Eileen's house from there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
So once we got to Eileen's house, who used to was associated with the previous Thane, is it?
She was the
or
lover
warden
of the warden who had disappeared recently. And she revealed that him and the Thane did not see eye to eye on a lot of things. It was a very troubled relationship between the Thane and the warden. And the Thane is actually the former warden of this territory. Wolfric.
Yeah, well, we didn't learn too much else there, and then we went off to Eamon's house, who was the previous warden. And yes. I believe the best person to go over that would definitely be Tobald, as he. Yes. I got a nickname, I think, at that point from.
Yes. So we got to the house and we began searching, and we heard some cooing up in the corners and discovered that there was a pigeon up there. Now, pigeons, as everybody on this stream knows, or anybody who's ever watched National Geographic or any other kind of nature show, knows that pigeons are the natural prey of ferrets. So I, being a nature lover, decided to have my ferret try to retrieve the bird and also feed him. And he tried to capture it, but he's been domesticated for some time. He was unable to. So this
was a carrier pigeon with a message tied to its leg that you guys saw and knew about, and you You sent
I
your
wanted to
ferret
make
go
sure it
eat
didn't escape.
Okay.
It wouldn't eat. It wouldn't eat the paper.
You're
He doesn't
leaving
eat
some
paper.
parts out, but you did spook it, and there was a fear that it was going to fly back out through the small skylight that it came in through.
Yes. So, what's your character's name again?
Gandrel.
So Gandrel decides to be Snow White and stick his finger out and summon this pigeon who flew and landed on his finger. While he sung a song. No, he didn't sing a song. And after reading the message, and I'll let somebody else take over what it was.
Gandrel is no longer the Windblade. He is now Gandrel the Snow White.
Yes. Has 7 friends back home.
Oh, do I need to go see what the note said? Does anybody remember? Let me ask you that. Otherwise, I'll go back and find
I don't remember.
It was.
I know it indicated that the warden was up to some no good.
It was.
I mean,
The note said, "It is as we suspected." In.
Oh, is that all it said?
Yeah, something like that. It was signed from. Was it signed by Nevin? Yes.
Yeah.
It was signed by Nevin. It was his handwriting.
Okay, because I know we started to suspect the warden. I mean the Thane.
The Thane. He had some strange
Yeah.
things that he was doing. Let me find the note here. Yeah, it's as we feared. Don't go. Wait for me. N. The letter N. And Mornine and Gandrel both immediately recognized Nevin's handwriting.
I believe we wrote our own note, tied it to the pigeon, and sent him back out the window to hopefully go find Nevin.
Do you remember what that note
Mhm.
said? You did
Nope.
do that. I do remember that.
You wrote it.
It said grumpy and sneezy. I'm here.
Signed Dopey.
Yes, I'm dopey.
Oh wait, that's Erg. Who's Dopey? Wrong game.
We play so many.
Oh, this white box is killing me on the stream. I keep looking at it. All right, I'm gonna stop. So from there, you left the warden's house and you went to the Thane's house, I believe, and that's where
Yes.
somebody
Tobal.
aced a roll on local lore and learned a whole bunch of back history of what took place, transpired here, and that elves once lived here, and they made a pact with dwarves, and then a war against the Darkmaster took place, and some other stuff, and now the humans are here in this
Didn't we
land.
go to the redheads with the hunting dogs first, and then to Wolfric's longhouse at the end of the day?
Oh, was that the way it
Yeah.
played out, or did we leave off? Oh yeah, because you guys went.
with dogs because I approached
Went to
them and
the-
they ran.
And we went to the lumber mill.
Yes, you went back to Willow Lake for the night, so that was your last stop. Okay, so I apologize. One hand Padraig is his name. The guy with the dogs, the best friend of Eamon, the former warden or the missing warden of Willow Lake. So you guys went to go see him.
He
And
told us
what-
that Eamon had come by his house hastily and said, "Don't come with me. I'm going out to check something out. Stay here."
Yeah, the night he disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped in for a drink. Said he had to leave early. Something he had to look into. Check at the lake. And then he offered his help, and he said, "No, I must go it alone." And that night, his dogs were just going crazy. He could not stop them from barking, and he heard weird noises just outside his cabin that night as well.
Could be because all of these townspeople are spreading rumors of a beast in the
Yes.
woods.
What did they call it? I can't remember what they called it. The Beast of Willow Lake? We'll just go with that.
I think so.
That's very fitting. So then you went back to the town of Willow Lake. Then you you smooth talked your way into the longhouse because it was well past, visiting hours, and you guys silver-tongued a guard to let you in, who was probably going to get into some trouble after you guys were let out. But you did get an audience with Wolfric. So what happened there?
He was very upset that we talked our way in and lied and deceived. So, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy.
He wouldn't answer many questions.
It was also very confrontational. He was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you don't know anything, blah, blah, blah."
Pretty
Yes.
much, yeah.
And you learn that he has a particular interest in the history of the area, some legends and such of buried
Right,
treasures.
about
in
the
his
barrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
there's a
peop-
barrow.
My people honor the honor songs and tales. That's why I know so much.
Especially to attract animals like Snow White.
Yes.
And then we left off there. You guys went to the Dancing Trout and called it a night. I don't know if you had a second supper and then called it a night. You have free room and board there.
It was free. I had it.
So you wake up the next day at the crack of dawn. There's a hustle and bustle of activity out on the streets already. When you guys wake up, you can hear townspeople shuffling around. In the middle of the night, your traveling companion, Madoc, the dwarf, made his way to the town. He was traveling a few days behind you, so he's now met up with you, and part of the old Scooby gang, if you will. And you guys have a quest or a mission now to set out and try and find what is going on. What is there really a Beast of Willow Lake? If so, what is it? Can you stop it? What is taking these sheep? What is killing these people? Maybe find out what's caused this. So, what would you like to do to start your day?
Oh,
Everybody put on your murder hobo mask.
right?
Well,
I
doesn't
agree.
it seem obvious that we need to go to the lake?
Yes, the lake. You also had... I also forgot you
thought we were
had...
going to check out the woods.
Yeah, you got the woods. That's where his dogs also heard and saw some stuff.
Yeah, I remember his dogs would not enter there. There's something going on.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Niall, the innkeeper, also told you many things going around town, as well as some like tall tales. If you remember that gentleman?
Yeah, he told us a lot of stuff. That dude.
he was more than willing
Yeah.
to talk.
Yes, he was. He was very tough, but he was friendly. He gave us free food. So,
He was very
well,
forthcoming.
after we told him, good thing. Said,
Told you about his aunt, and like wasn't there like a tomb or something like that somewhere, and the guy died of dysentery, so it has to be cursed.
Yeah, because we named it the Dysentery Woods.
Yeah, he died of dysentery within that year, so he had to have been cursed. So, you guys head down, grab your meal for the morning, you get ready to set on out?
yep. Pack a little extra food.
Yeah, he's more than happy to give it to you, and he's a little nosy this morning too, kind of going, "Oh, so what did you find out? What did you find out yesterday?"
That we gotta go.
Yep.
And we're still looking into.
Situation's dire, friend. More eggs.
Yes, coming right up. If you need any information or help, I might be able to help you. You know, my second aunt has quite a bit of experience with some local legends in the woods and such.
Does she live here?
No, she's long dead, but she passed on all of her tales to me.
Oh yeah. Glad to meet a
Hugely
fellow,
useful friend.
Song.
He scuttles away and gets you your second eggs. So you guys have your meals. You're glad to see Madoc has made his way here safely. You catch him up on what's going on in the area and the region and what you guys have learned and what you're setting out to do today. And I keep dropping my pen. And you head on out unless you guys want to do anything else here in town.
What's the direction we're heading in here, guys?
So west of here is the woods. Due north is the lake. I'd show you a map, but it's got a whole bunch of stuff on it. Unsee everything you see.
A lake sounds fun and it sounds nice. So,
what time of year is it?
That's a good question. I don't.
oh yeah, is it?
I don't
Is the
remember.
ground hot? Is the ground soft?
Did we establish it last week? We're gonna say it's fall.
Okay, good. As long as it's not winter, I think we're okay.
Has it been wet?
No, it has not.
And perhaps start by the lake and see if we can find tracks on around the outside. A beast of this size would make tracks in the soft mud of the lake.
Yeah, it was brought up last session as well that there were tracks seen. They were humanoid tracks, but very large.
Seems a good spot to start, eh?
Agreed.
Works for me.
Okay, you guys want to head due north.
Off we are then to the lake.
All right, so you guys finish your breakfast and you gather your belongings and you head out of town and you ask on your way out the best way to the lake, and they say, just head due north, just outside the town. You'll find a number of farms, and you can go ahead and talk to the farmers there because they're the ones who've been affected the most by their livestock being taken away. So you guys head on out and you go down the road, and again you pass the old sawmill where you encountered Eamon's friend, old One Hand. And it's a weekday, so there's full of men busy working away, cutting logs and shaping them and into lumber.
Okay.
And I'd say another 15-20 minutes past that, you start to hit the countryside, and this is where you start to see farms darted across the land.
We've been walking so long.
These be the farms that had the livestock stolen.
Yeah, I'd say as soon as you come upon the first one, you can actually see one of the fences has been mended. There's like a makeshift repair on it. It doesn't match the rest of the fence, so it's pretty easy to assume that this is one of the ones that has been attacked by the Beast of Willow Lake, if you will.
I think we should investigate it and possibly any fruit trees that may be on this farm.
Fruit trees. Okay. Yeah, you guys can approach the house. You get closer and you see there's a bunch of sheep that are in the pens there. They raise sheep, and the farmer is out in the yard, and he kind of looks at you oddly, but waits for you to approach, and he says, "Oh, greetings."
Well met, sir.
Oh, good to meet you. What can I help you with?
Well, I don't know if you're aware, sheep have been taken and men have been taken by something called the Beast of Willow Lake. You know anything about that?
I'm
because
more than aware of that.
My cousin's sheep are missing also.
Oh, a lot of people's cousins' sheep are missing around here, I'll tell you what. That thing came and it broke my fence, and it took a number of my sheep about a week ago.
I look over my shoulder and say, "See, natural predator of sheep gets what it wants."
A lot of people's cousins around here. It's a small town.
He doesn't. He shoots you a dirty look.
Yeah.
Aren't weasels natural predators of sheep as well, friend?
Well, Weasel, are you the Beast of Willow Lake? And he picks him up and looks at him and makes him shake his head and laugh.
He's not affected by this. He's actually kind of offended. Oh, it was huge. It was dark, but I saw it was a big lumbering creature. I just saw its silhouette and footprints as wide as you. And he points to you, Matic.
When you say big, how big?
Oh, it was at least 15 feet tall.
Whoa.
So is there a detect bullshit skill?
Yeah.
There's a perception.
Yeah. Okay, that'll work.
Detect bullshit. Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. Whoa.
Does that work?
You made 3 rolls.
I'll take the first one.
Yeah, we'll take your 123. How about that? So that was a success. So you can tell by his tone he's genuine, but you're also kind of picking up a vibe, like an old fishing tale kind of vibe. Like, oh, it was this big, kind of thing. The fish that I caught is the one that got away, right? So you're like, okay, this guy's he's genuine, but 15 feet wide as me, because you're a pretty stocky little fellow there, Madoc.
How many sheep did it take?
Took 2.
How many times is it attacked?
Well, my farm only once, but you know, of the half dozen farms over here in this region, they've all been hit.
Whose farm is closest to the lake?
Oh, well, that would be old Standish's.
How many times has he been hit?
He's been hit once.
How much are your sheep if we wanted to buy a few?
How much my sheep? Wow, they're ask me silly questions. They're 50 silver. Sounds good.
Do we have 50 silver?
I don't know what you guys have. What's your intention, friend?
A trap for your beast.
Ah.
Bait. You can give us a runt.
Oh, a lamb?
A lamb and sheep the same thing? I don't know.
A lamb is a baby sheep.
Baby sheep.
Oh, okay. Yes. But let me ask you this, friend. So, if we are able to fell this foul beast to save the rest of your sheep, would you be willing to part with a few for my dear old cousin who lost her sheep, being a fellow sheep farmer?
Well, who's your cousin?
Beer Bella. I'm pretty sure you know it.
Oh, old Bella. Oh, poor thing. I heard Archie's gone missing.
Archie. Yeah. He's gone too. But the sheep are gone.
She's going through some tough time. I'll tell you what. You know, you're out to help old Bella. Maybe I can cut you a deal here. You're looking for a scrawny one. Drag out that beast. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna be rid of it.
That's the plan. These big guys with me. Look at them, strapping.
All right, give me 10 copper, and you can have that little sick one over there. And he points this just kind of sickly little.
It's like black.
Yeah, it's got blotches all over. It's coat. It's kind of like goop dripping out of its eyes. It's
it's coughing.
It's missing teeth. Yeah, it's coughing. It walks with a limp.
Okay, well, I mean, this is a pretty bad one. I guess I'll keep Ferret away from it because it may be able to eat this one. Keep Weasel away from this one.
Yeah. You can have old Wheezy. That's I'll give that to you.
Wheezy.
I wonder why the beast didn't eat that one the first time.
Oh, Wheezy. Are you sure the beast didn't attack it?
What was that? Sorry, there's 2 people that spoke at once.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I was just like picturing Sanford and Son now.
Yeah, different Wheezy. The sheep is moving on up though in life.
I can't believe you guys must all have Nick at Night. I can't believe you know Sanford and Son.
I'm old enough, so I know. I definitely know.
This is Jeffersons?
Yes.
Wow. It's like circa 70s.
Was different.
If I wasn't gonna get hit with a copyright claim, I'd hit the theme song, but all of our sound will get taken down immediately. All right, so you get old Wheezy. He goes over. He puts a collar around its neck and ties a rope to it, and scoops up old Wheezy. Kind of coughs when he does so, and walks over and drops him in front of you. Oh, good luck catching the beast.
Is there a stake or a piece of wood, sharpened piece of wood around anywhere?
Well, back at the
You're looking for a motivator for old Wheezy there?
No, I just want to. I'm picturing staking her to the ground. I mean, her rope that's attached to her collar, so she can't wander off.
Just tie a small rock to it. She's not going.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
What's that?
Like Jurassic Park and the T-Rex.
I think just tie a small rock to her lead. She's not going.
She's not going to go anywhere.
She's limping. I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere anyway. It's almost dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Its tongue's like permanently hanging out. It's got snaggle teeth.
It's purple.
Yeah.
Its tongue is purple.
Oh my.
All right.
This
so
is
yeah,
one other question there. Do you
yeah,
these
sure,
attacks?
Hmm?
The attacks ever happen in the daytime, or are they always at night?
Oh, they're always at nighttime. Nobody's ever gotten a good look at it. Seems when everybody's asleep, the beast comes around.
Which direction did it break your fence from?
Looks like it might have come from the north.
From the lake.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. We'll come back and collect the sheep. Wheezy a little bit later, closer to nightfall.
You're just gonna leave Wheezy there. Aren't you heading out into the woods and doing your?
Yeah, I thought we were.
It's gonna be like a day's travel to get to the lake.
Oh, it is. Okay, that's fine. I thought we were close.
No.
Sure,
No, it's gonna take. Sorry, like I said, I'd show you guys a map here. Let me see. I can throw it up on the stream. None of you guys are watching the stream, right?
I'm not.
Oh no, not at all.
Not at all.
You can fog of war that crap.
I know. I should have set up fog of war on it, but I didn't.
You just do it now. It takes 5 seconds.
No.
He refused.
Oops. Boop. Why are you not filling in, Square?
I'm not sure you can call yourself a lake town if you're a day's walk away from the lake.
Right. Well, it's just that's a
let's
tourist.
Cover
That's
that
a tourist.
up. So you guys don't see that. You just see letters. And we'll cover up that and just names of things. By the way, while I'm doing this, people in the stream, I'm pointing the wrong way, but this character sheet that we're using, Wes, the player playing Mornine, created this, and it's amazing. He made this. It's awesome. It's going to be available at a later date for folks to use on Roll20, maybe closer to when the Kickstarter happens for this game in Q4 2019, I'm told by the developers. But thank you again to Wes for creating this amazing, amazing character sheet that we're using tonight.
Yeah, it is.
See how broken
And
it
it's
is.
not like it's simple either.
Okay. There's a bunch of black squares. So you're in Willow Lake. Right there. I'll ping you. Nope, I'm going to draw a square there because I've got the tool on. You're Willow Lake, the town. So you're in the farms that are just kind of surrounding the area there. You see a bunch of buildings. You've got the woods due west. You've got the lake due north. Does that help with the visualization?
It does.
Okay. Gives you a bit of a better idea.
Can you, if we were to put like pins into the map on where the attacks occurred, would there be any pattern that forms?
That is a good question. That is a very good question. It is all of the farms surrounding Willow Lake. It seems like all of the farms have been hit, as per what the farmer said.
That's probably information that's covered up with ink on the maps in Nevin's tower.
So
how'd that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. So you're in one of these farms just outside town.
So the farms to the south were attacked as well?
Yes. I believe in the description Bella's farm is to the south, but I could be wrong. But yes, they've all been hit. All the surrounding farms, north, south, east, west.
What's the condition of that river that flows along? Is it navigatable? Is it swimmable?
Yeah,
or is it like a rapids or?
Let's see here. Bear with me. Let me go to the. Quickly get some information here for you. For the lake itself, I know the lake itself is quite rough. So we'll say that the river is as well. The river's a very fast moving river. There's some rapids throughout it.
And the river's flowing south?
Correct.
Okay.
Who's leading Wheezy?
Nobody wants to volunteer.
I guess I'll do it.
You are the animal guy of the group.
Yeah, I am dragging it along and stuff. Trying to keep a coughing quiet before whatever.
Yeah,
ate the
don't
rest
give
of
us away.
comes after us.
When you go ahead and you take the rope that's around its neck, Tobold, it looks at you, but you think it's looking at you, but like because it's got like fish eyes, it's going in both directions. You're not quite sure.
Fish eyes.
He's got...
Nice. I'm using my hempen rope that I am equipped with, and I'm carrying it or dragging it around. I gotta use hempen rope.
All right. All right. So you've collected some bait potentially, and you've got some information about the surrounding area. What would you like to do from here?
I mean, we're heading towards the lake, right? And it's just the water is all. We're at the lake in the water. You say we see rapids.
The river itself is a fast moving river with rapids throughout it. You guys haven't made your way to the lake just yet. You're still standing there at Buddy's farm, who's just handed you the sickly lamb.
Well, guys, should we head to the lake?
Continue to the lake.
Well, let's ask this guy. Do you have any it's almost second lunchtime. Do you have any apples or any kind of fruit you could share with some adventurers?
It's not even first lunch yet.
I must have missed first one.
Yeah.
Well, we were walking for 15 minutes. He ate everything in his pack.
He looks at you kind of strange and goes, "Second lunch? Well, I've already given you a lamb. What else do you want from me?"
I definitely can't eat this thing, and I probably would get sick if I tried.
Well, there's
Look at these big fellas. Look at these big fellas traveling with me. You think they don't need a lunch?
Mary's got an orchard just up the road. Why don't you stop there? She grows apples. Why don't you stop in?
All right.
Tell her Bradlock sent you, and
I don't think we'll stop. We'll just take the apples, and if she asks any questions, we'll say you told us it was okay.
Sure. Surprised to saying the Thane told us to take it.
That's true. We all authorized.
Yeah, you should be telling everybody I'm the future warden of this area, so just give me free stuff. Okay, he also goes, even though it was a while ago, there still are some tracks. Maybe if you go to the farm that was attacked last, then there might be some fresh tracks. That was Standish's, I said, and he was hit last. He was hit last night. Maybe you'll find some tracks. There's always, like I said, giant footprints as wide as you, friend. And again, he points at Maddox.
And they pick at your weight.
I'm big boned.
Bones don't jiggle, friend. Bones don't jiggle.
So why don't you check that out? There's always tracks left behind for something that big and that heavy.
Agreed.
So he sends you on your way. Thanks you for your efforts. Hopes that you're successful in slaying the beast, and goes back to tending to his flock like a good shepherd.
Right.
So you go on past Mary's, you find the orchard, you fill your backpacks with delicious apples because it is fall, they're in season. And you head on down the road with the directions on how to get to Standish's farm. And you come across it, and you can see that there's a man who's repairing a fence currently, and he's got his sheep kind of in a makeshift pen for the time being, and he's fixing his fence, and you come up on him, and you kind of startle him, and he asks you if you could help. Oh, you might help and fix my fence. You look pretty able.
Kill the beast.
Kill the beast? What are you? Oh, hey, are you the ones I heard about that were in town yesterday? They're gonna go slay the beast.
The same. Mighty adventure.
Well, that damned thing hit my farm last night. I was the last one to go without an attack, and look at this now. I lost 3 sheep last night. 3 sheep.
Oh yeah, any of them fat? Because we got one we'll trade you.
He looks at your sheep. I don't want that thing. It's sickly.
Okay.
Oh, it's Wheezy.
He's like, oh, everyone knows that. She's 1,000 years old.
He goes, well, I caught a glimpse in the moonlight of it, and it was tall. It was like 2 men high. This thing.
Whoa.
And it let out grunts and moans, and it left these footprints. And he takes you over to into the pen where it's a little bit softer and squishier. And he points at these footprints, and they are really, really large. They're I'd say about 20 inches across. They are large footprints of a humanoid, five-toed variety, 2-legged.
So 2 men tall, 11, 12 feet. We've already shrunk 3 or 4 feet here, guys. We just need to meet 5 or 6 more NPCs, and he'll be mine.
Are there marks where claws are coming off the front of the toes?
No, there's not. Good question.
Can I roll a nature or a hunting
Yeah, go ahead.
preference?
Roll nature. You were successful. You've seen prints like this before, and you believe it to be that of a troll.
I've seen these marks before, deep in the Frost Mountains. I believe we have a troll.
You fight one of those things? I've never seen them, but I've heard of them.
Never seen one either. It's time for lore.
Oh, there's a troll. You better find it and kill it.
Can they be negotiated with? Are they?
They're monsters.
Sharpen the sword.
Do we know anything about trolls?
I can get you to roll again. Lore? You have a lore stat, don't you?
Songs and
Rather roll-
tales.
Songs
and
and
Tales.
Tales. That's what it's called. This
Tale.
game. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm playing and running too many games at once. Songs and Tales.
I have a 40 to tell its footprint, but I have a 0 to tell you about what it does.
I know nothing of these creatures.
Critical failure.
Oh no!
And a failure. Somatic, you Madoc, you are Mornine's rolling again. Oh, because it was a critical failure. Yeah, you've not heard tales of these things being reasoned with, and Mornine, for sure, you're like, they're savage beasts. Absolutely savage. They will kill you on sight. We must tread lightly. What are our other rolls here?
Was that the critical failure one that knows that?
Yeah, critical failure is like, these are.
But you know that they can definitely be negotiated with. You just need to bring them tea.
Yeah. Just need to bring them
right.
sickly lambs. Now, there's savage beasts that cannot be reasoned with. Gandril, on the other hand, in your adventures and being out in the world, you've heard rumor that trolls are fickle. There are a chance that you may be able to parlay with them, but they're a very fickle beast.
Anybody know anything like we have to burn them or anything like that?
Not with those rolls.
Okay.
Not when you're coming up with critical failures and you're rolling minus 100 and whatever.
Did everybody roll?
No, I didn't roll because I figured I didn't know anything about trolls.
Maybe you've heard a tale or two.
Yeah, I guess it'll be tails. Let's
All right, Tobold, roll for us.
Yeah. Absent skill points, we're going for brute force.
It's gonna be like, watch me roll like 4,020 or something.
Yeah.
It's possible. In this game.
What is the scaling here? Is it 1 to 100?
Did it roll?
No.
Yeah.
Last week.
You didn't? I see it.
I see it. No, but the scaling.
It's based off the table in the book. It's
Is it a bell curve or?
no, it's pretty much it's straight. For sure, it's straight line.
Straight line to 150?
Yeah, 150ish. I think 175. Like weapon attack rolls 175 is max. I think spells 170ish.
Okay.
I'm looking it up.
But
do we have like a DC for different challenges?
Yeah, you can set a difficult.
Mm-hmm. But for skill rolls, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Because we had a 263 rolled last week.
Yeah. So.
Do you have exploding?
Yes.
Numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wes has it all programmed in there for you, so if you critically fail or succeed, it'll ask you to roll again and add it and compound it onto the last one.
A standard roll is a success at 60.
Okay.
So it's 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 130.
Okay.
All right.
Straight up.
So that's your
in
knowledge of
my
trolls. So you've definitely seen these footprints before. It appears like to be trolls. But you all have varying degrees of knowledge on trolls, and nothing really seems to line up or match.
It'd be more correct to say we have varying degrees of a lack of knowledge.
Well, you're convinced that you know about them. What you've heard is true.
I got a partial success.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're all coming in with different bits and pieces of what you've heard. Like, no, I saw one at a zoo once in the capital city, and it was wearing a fez and drinking tea. And no, they're savages. They must be dealt with.
I mean, or we could also just assign someone. I mean, it doesn't work as much with the lore doing assist rolls, where someone makes the roll and then they can use the assist bonus instead of their actual.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird recalling information about
for the lore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this farmer have shovels?
He does have shovels on his farm. Yes.
Can we have? How many shovels do you have, and can we borrow them?
Yeah. He says, "Well, I have but 2 shovels. Why?
That'll do.
Do you want to borrow them?"
We're going to dig a pit.
I'm trying to repair my fence today. I may need my tools.
How about that? See these 2 big fellas here? After we come back with the head of Beast, they'll dig your fence.
Why don't you persuade him? Because you are trying to take tools that he is currently going to need for the day. He's not just going to.
I mean, how long is it going to take to fix his fence?
He doesn't know.
I mean, we'll probably be dead in it.
Probably.
That would be deception, maybe? I have deception.
You wanted to deceive
charisma.
Well, you were successful in deceiving him. He goes, "Well, I suppose," and he goes over and grabs both the shovels. "I guess I won't be needing these for my fence," and hands them to you, Maddock.
Okay. Thank you.
And so you guys do see some footprints. You see some very large footprints. And they look like they head off in the direction of the woods to the west.
How are we going to dig a pit? 2 men.
We're not. We're going to dig it deep enough that he falls onto spikes that we set into the ground below the pit.
Where are we going to get these spikes?
I love having Mike back in the game.
Like, where are we getting these spikes is what I want to know.
The woods. They grow wood there. We just
they grow wood there in the forest.
Oh,
are we sure?
It's good to have you
Careful,
back.
the trees might attack you.
It's good to have you back.
Comment of the night. The woods, they grow wood there.
They grow wood.
He's from the mountains. There's no trees there, but he's heard of woods.
All right, so the footprints head off west into the woods. Do you want to try and track them?
I mean, how difficult is it going to be?
Sure.
All right.
Roll hunt.
A wandering roll. is what's
That's my best stat.
what's written in here. Wandering. Oh,
Yeah, because you're an adventure.
partial success. Partial success. Gandril, Madoc, you guys are on the trail.
Yeah.
No one else need apply. So the two of you right away pick up on the prints, and they go boom, due west into the woods.
Let's go to where they grow wood.
He's not wrong.
He's not forest. They grow wood there. That's true. I mean, you can't argue with that logic.
You can't. Did I mention he's a wise dwarf?
He's not intelligent. He's wise.
He's wise.
He's wise.
Yeah. So you guys break off for the woods, and you go ahead. You pick up this trail like right away, and you start crashing through the bush. And you're following these footprints, and they seem to be like meandering here and there. It's almost like whatever created these was trying to throw off being tracked. So there's like really no rhyme or reason. Like it'll double back, backtrack, go up, go down, left, right, like east, west, and it's all over the place. But you're doing a really good job of.
Can I make a motive roll there?
Yeah, go ahead.
What did we decide that was again?
Motive?
We didn't.
Perception.
Yeah, but perception.
We have. Yeah.
I like how you deceived that farmer.
We have wandering.
It's like Zweihander all over again. We're just like threatening and deceiving people wherever we go. So
I'm cunning.
What were you trying to perceive?
Stick to what you know.
Yeah.
Well, okay, whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to get the opposite result. But it just seems that a dumb beast of a troll wouldn't necessarily want to be being so such a finesse.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that occurs to me, does the condition of the surrounding woods where the tracks are occurring match the size and scale of the creature coming through? Am I seeing small broken branches 7 feet up in the air where his shoulders would have passed?
Yeah, you sure are. Something large has passed through here. With the phenomenal tracking rolls you guys start off with, I'm going to say that, you can tell that this thing is almost like it's trying to not make much of a path, but a creature this size is definitely leaving its mark as it goes through the woods.
So, all right, that answers the question. Because with all the it being cunning and trying to avoid leaving a trail,
yeah,
the dwarf suspected perhaps it was like a human or some other person up to a ruse, maybe, and Bigfoot shoes making tracks or something. But all right,
yeah. So you guys have tracked these tracks now for, I'd say, a couple of hours, and they're meandering all over the place. I'm going to get you to go ahead and make me another wandering roll.
Everyone?
Whoever is actively tracking.
I'm actively trying to keep.
You're trying to keep that.
I do not know where I am anymore.
You're trying to keep old Wheezy from going comatose.
Yeah. Now it's limping on 2 legs. It has 4 legs, and half of it's limping.
You probably need to carry Wheezy at this point.
Yeah.
What's tracking fall under?
That's wandering. I
think Madoc got it.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Yeah, Madoc.
I'm a combat guy.
Gandril, you're like, oh, they go this way. They go back towards the farms. And Madoc's like, no, and kind of slaps you across the face and points to the tracks that are clearly heading back to the north. So you guys
Seems harsh for just losing my way.
No. He did it in a friendly kind of jovial way.
So you guys have made your way through the woods a little bit longer now, and it's starting to get really, really, really thick in the woods now. And you've
what time is it?
It is early afternoon, about 2:00.
Okay, being wise and having personally been lost in the woods at night, I'm going to mark off enough time to get back to the edge of the woods before we lose our way in the shadows. And Madoc's going to start marking the trees with an arrow pointing to the direction to go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you.
And he'll You ever been in the woods when the sun goes down?
No, I hate camping.
Don't do that. Oh, really? It's scary.
I hate
Yeah.
camping.
The world changes.
So
It does.
what I'm going to do now, because it's gotten so thick in the woods, and it's getting harder and harder to track, we're going to do another roll, but this one's going to be difficult. This is going to be at a -30 to continue tracking the footprints. But
Okay,
this is
question
where
real quick.
you can use the help rules. Yes.
The assist bonus. Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Okay.
Yes.
So who's got the best roll? I got a 45. Anybody higher than that
This is with trap wandering. Right?
for wandering? Yeah.
No, this is now.
No,
We're now moving on to tracking for this.
Tracking.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Hunting roll. This is a hunting roll. I apologize. We're now on a hunting roll.
Okay.
Yep, still 25.
40.
I got a 10.
I got a 20.
Okay, so someone with a high number can assist me. Is that
So
right?
what happens is people can assist, but depending on what they roll, will give you a bonus, Maddock. So if they roll a success, it's a +10 to your roll. If they roll an outstanding success, it's a +20. A partial success is a +10. But we're going to
about a
suffer a
failure?
complication if it's a partial success. So you still get a bonus, but there's going to be a complication takes place. A failure, you get nothing. And a critical failure, the helper gets in trouble without granting any bonus. So whoever wants to assist him, you guys have to roll first, and that's going to determine what his bonus is and if something terrible is going to happen. Or
I got a
complication.
20. Anybody got better than that?
We're also rolling at difficult, right? 30, very hard.
It's a -30 to... Yes.
Everyone
The
has to
people
roll
that are
that.
assisting get that same minus.
Yes.
Mhm.
Do I have to enter the minus in somewhere?
You can, yes.
Where do I
Go.
enter?
If you go to the top of the character sheet underneath the Against the Darkmaster image, there's a little button that says Roll Modifiers.
Got
You
it.
can click that and it opens it up.
Yeah. Okay. Difficult. Very nice.
Wes
You
made
you
an
are
amazing
impressive.
character sheet.
It's like magic.
We cannot
So
give
very-
him enough kudos, because this would be a lot rougher without the work he put in.
So I'm doing very hard -30, right?
Yes. Is anybody
Well-
anybody going to try and assist him before he makes his roll?
I got a +20. I'll help him.
All
Yeah,
right,
go
so
for it.
it's just a -10 at the end of the day for you, right?
Yeah.
Failure means
That's
nothing.
all right. That doesn't hurt.
I do not help you.
Failure
doesn't
means
hurt.
Trying.
the helper will grant no bonus, so it's a wash.
Yeah.
You know complication.
I'll try and
nothing.
help him as well. I'm also at a
Yeah.
-10 at the end of the day. Hunting, yeah.
Yep.
Good. That helps.
Partial success, failure.
0.
So partial
All right, so
success,
that-
though, a partial success gives you a +10, but there's going to be a complication.
Complicated. And
So
we know
do
what
I-
that complication is going to be.
Do I want to? Should I switch it to hard, or are we going to add that after I roll?
Well, you get a +10. Does that take it? Does that make it a -20 with a hard?
I mean, you can
Right.
add right below the difficult. You can add however much help you gained, 10, 20, 30, 40. If you want to just add.
Oh,
that,
there
you
it
can
is.
take away.
Oh, it's all there. All right, very good. This is amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
This is
right?
amazing,
Yeah.
Wes. Holy.
very nice. How long did this take you to set it up? My goodness.
A couple hours here and there for several months.
There we go. There's a roll.
It's all
got a
math in the end.
Failure.
Wow,
So
tough.
there is a mechanic in this game called drive, and you have drive points that you can spend. Think of them as like bennies or inspiration to reroll
nice.
something.
Yeah,
Drive points can be
let's do it.
spent to mitigate harmful effects, reroll rolls. So you can spend one, and you get a +10 bonus per drive spent to all skill, attack, and save rolls.
But basically, you re-roll and add 10 on top of
Yes.
your original.
Okay.
yes.
How do you get drive points?
I don't have
they're-
that set up on the sheet.
They're earned through the
Could just
game. Go ahead, Wes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, yeah, they're like they come along with your passions, the three things that you just motivations, natures, and allegiance.
Yeah. So
Okay.
You start with one automatically, and you can gain them. It is a type of currency in this game. So this is another
Got it.
mechanic.
All
We're
right,
doing the play test, so let's go ahead and spend a drive
Right.
point. You get to re-roll with a +10. If If it re-roll fails again, the character can spend another drive point to roll another time, adding another +10 on top of it.
All right, here we go. I just changed it to add another 10 to help.
That's what I would do.
And then we're rolling hunting.
Hunting.
Yeah.
I'm just going to see on your character sheet if you have drive on there. It's blank.
Oh!
Wow, even worse.
It's getting
than the last
worse.
one.
All right.
Okay.
Drive
Try one-
harder.
Oh, one more? Even harder?
Depending on how much drive you have, I don't know how.
I'm just looking at the character sheets for the pre-gens, and drive is not filled in. So
Right.
we're gonna have the one. We're gonna let you fail this.
Okay.
We're gonna
Alright.
fail this roll and go from there. So you guys, you continue on through the woods, and Madoc, you're convinced. I got the tracks here. They're not easy to pick up, but you point to like the odd broken little branch here. There's a little bit of moss that's kind of pushed down a little bit, and some of the others are like, oh, that looks like a deer has been through here. And you're like, no, shut up. I know what I'm doing. And you drive them on through the woods, and you eventually come to
Madoc slapping me, telling people to shut up.
I'm just
Okay with
assuming this is how his grumpy dwarf is played. I don't know. I'm putting words in his mouth. I could be wrong. Am I wrong? Sorry, Madoc.
Well, he does. You're playing his charisma because he's got like a negative charisma.
There you go.
His bearing is -5.
Yeah. So you
Which
guys
would make him unbearable, right?
That's right. You guys are making your way through the woods, and eventually you come to a clearing. And in this clearing, there appears to be a moss-covered cairn standing in the middle of an isolated glade. And it looks like this thing's been there forever, an eternity. Here, let me put a picture up for you. And this kind of goes in line with some of the stuff that the crazy old inn owner was talking about. He was talking about some strange things in the woods to keep away from.
It's not ominous at all.
Don't go near. As you're standing on the edge of this glade, you can hear.
Is this dysentery rock or
Yeah,
whatever?
Yeah, this might be dysentery rock. You hear some cawing and crowing, and you look up in the trees, and there's a murder of gore crows, which are huge, malicious ravens. It looks like they've got a nest in this area, and they're squawking like crazy at you as you get to the edge of the glade. You don't enter, but they're cawing threateningly. They're flapping their wings as you get somewhat close.
I'm pulling out my bow just in case.
Sure.
I have my sling ready.
Yeah, sword and shield ready. Or sword and great axe.
I'm not familiar with the term cairn. Is that a little altar or?
Isn't it like a carved rock?
Yeah,
Boulder?
it's like a
A
rock.
mound of rough stones
Now,
built as a
thing, but-
memorial or landmark, typically on a hilltop or skyline. It's also a small terrier of a breed of short legs, longish body, and a shaggy coat. I just Googled it.
Okay, so this would be like some type of religious site then.
Well, who knows?
I know who may know, and he's going to check right now. Check his memory for song
Song and dance.
and tale.
I gotta
Seems very like
off the picture.
Celtic.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I don't know about this. Those crows are cawing loudly. So, anybody else want to make a roll? No? So, while you guys are standing there, kind of deciding what you want to do, near the rock outcropping there, you do see what appears to be something lying there, lying in the glade. Looks like there's some torn clothes on this object, and it could be a person.
I am not going near it, but I am focusing and trying to see if I can make out anything.
Yeah, you successful. You know what? Tobold? You see a glint of sunlight hit a small silver locket around its neck. And that catches your eye, and you look closely at the figure in the face, and though it is quite like very disfigured from these gore crows, you recognize the clothing, and you recognize that this is your brother-in-law, or your cousin. I'm sorry, Archibald. This is his body lying there.
Oh, it's Archie.
It's
Hey,
Archie.
I look back at the two big ones. Hey, it's Archie. Go see if he's okay.
Madoc will walk over to him. Get his. He's gonna get his big maul handy
And
ready.
I walk behind him.
Guys.
I'm going to.
All right, so the crows start, when the first person starts entering the glade, they start to swoop down a little bit, but as soon as more of you enter in, they go back up to their nest, and they're just cawing incessantly at you, just making a terrible noise. But it seems strength in numbers is keeping these crows away from your ravens, I should say. Sorry, the ravens. They're called gore crows, but they're ravens. Away from you. So you guys get close to the body, and this is, it's a halfling's corpse. It's been savagely pecked by these birds. And it does have that small silver locket around its neck, and inside there's a painting of your cousin Bella in there.
Any other wounds? Go ahead.
Is he dead?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's very dead.
Hey, could you pull the locket off his neck so I can give it to my cousin? This is going to be very
Does it
hard.
look like the crows actually killed him, or does he have more damage to him than that?
Yeah, why don't we take a closer look at old Archie? You guys roll the body. Holy man, critical success. All right, Madoc.
Mike, is where you get to roll again.
Healing the corpse there, man?
Roll again?
Yeah.
So
No.
if you mouse over the thing, it actually critical success roll is actually a button, so you can click that and then input the previous roll of 116.
Okay, what is it? 116?
Yeah.
Okay. And then submit. Yeah, just basically he's doing a forensic examination.
Yeah, you nailed it. So you're looking this thing over, and it looks like he was actually he was stabbed. He was stabbed.
What?
And and these crows have
Where was he stabbed?
He was stabbed in the chest.
Is the blade angled down, straight on, or up?
Up.
The blade wound. So he was stabbed from below?
Oh no, from
He's a
above.
half, right?
Sorry, so the down. He's a
Okay.
halfling.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a little pixie that stabbed him.
So I was gonna say, what is the how wide did the blade wound get? Is it this width of a rapier, quartz sword?
No,
broadsword?
like a broad, long sword or bastard sword, it appears.
Typical military sword?
A typical
Was he-
sword that would be slung on someone's belt. It's not uncommon for that.
What's he run through?
Yeah,
was.
there's an exit wound on his back.
Yeah, you flip him over and he was run through.
Okay, so this was somebody who knew how to handle a sword that killed him in one blow.
That's what it appears. It's the only injury on him.
Does he have any markings on his hands? Does he have any defensive wounds? Anything under his fingernails?
Doesn't appear so.
Okay, and his body was not looted, so the locket was left, and locket's valuable. It's silver.
It's silver, yeah. There would be some value to it.
Okay. So there was
Hope
no
he died quick.
the motive wasn't robbery, and it doesn't look like the motive was passion.
Probably
because
wasn't troll.
Or dinner.
Wasn't troll, wasn't dinner. So the mystery thickens.
Dun dun dun.
I wasn't close to old Archie, but this is no way for I have to die.
I didn't really like Archie, but this isn't cool.
Yeah,
Alright,
this
well-
is
How long has the body been dead? Was the body killed here, or was it killed elsewhere and brought here?
All right, for that, you guys are gonna need a different roll. You can tell how
okay.
long he's been dead. It's been a
I-
couple days that Archie's been missing. But if you want to start
right.
like checking out the area, I'm gonna need you guys to make a hunting roll. It's gonna be a -20. It's gonna be a hard hunting roll.
Okay. Someone want to give me help again?
Might as well try. We'll look around.
Matt, I was gonna try. I was trying to coast on that critical
I
success.
know. I know the way you
know my
play.
moves.
Yeah.
I got a +20 to hunting.
Okay, yeah. Can I get more than one bonus?
Oh yeah.
Critical failure.
Ah,
Whoa.
crap.
Okay, well, we're gonna stop right there. Okay. Go ahead and roll your critical. Oh.
So what was that, -10? I wiped out my bonus of +10? Or is it
No,
worse?
it's only a 0, but it exposes either himself or the person he's eating.
Gandril, you're wandering around, tracing the tracks, and you bump into the stone object there. And as you do so, it starts to glow, and it hits you with like a like almost a burst of like energy or like sound, like you can feel it hit you, and you suddenly have to go to the toilet.
Damn you, dysentery wood.
You have to go to the bathroom really bad.
It's like a...
You can't get
It's
your
like
Looks
arm out
like-
fast enough.
Looks like I'm ruining these crows' little feeding area.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make my roll for hunting.
So you get a +10, and there's going to be a complication of sorts.
Partial success.
Okay. Yep. So you look around, and you do see some tracks leading off to the west. I want to look at my map without you guys seeing. I got it in the book here. Let me look at the
I'm
map.
grabbing some water. I gotta grab a.
Yeah, go grab a water while I look at my map. We could take a break here in a bit as well, so we can get some water. Northwest of here, you see some tracks leading in that direction.
So these are tracks leading away?
Away, and they are
They're leading
human in appearance, and it looks like there's more than one.
more than one set of boots?
Yep.
Okay. And the boots, can I tell anything about them? How big they are? How well are they leaving good tracks, or do they look like boots in disrepair, or can I not tell? That's too granular.
I have crapped all over the footprints.
That's your complication. There you go. I like that. Thank you.
You've ruined the evidence. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the dwarf is getting cranky. It's like,
That's
You're doing
a
a shitty job
complication
of helping.
from the roll.
all right.
What's that
Well,
smell?
Thought that would work perfect.
But you said two or at least two?
At least two.
At least two.
You
Okay.
had a partial success. At least two.
All right. All right. So, was I able to tell? You said it did look like the body was brought here after it was killed.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And when was he taken? Was it 2 nights ago?
If I remember correctly, yes. It's only been a couple days. He was out
Was he
hunting the night before. He didn't come back home. His wife went to the village pleading for someone to go look for him because it wasn't like him to be out overnight. And you guys spent the night then that day that she went to town asking for help. So this would be, day 2 that he's been gone.
Is this area prone to banditry and that type of thing, or is it pretty quiet?
You don't know. You didn't ask, and you're not from these parts.
Is anybody in the party from these parts?
No. You guys traveled here.
Okay. How are we doing on time? Do we need to head back to the?
You want to go back to Willow Lake, or do you just want to keep pressing on through the night?
Into the woods, huh?
Trolls hunt in the night. We'll find him then. With my critical failures, he'll probably find us.
So, did this look like the body was put here as an offering of sorts?
It doesn't appear so.
Just it seems like an odd place to dump a body.
There's some murder of ravens that have been picking at it.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're going to murder somebody and just leave them in the woods, right? But, okay. All right. The dwarf is going to ask the party. We have enough time to make it back to the tree line before dark. Otherwise, we're camping in the woods. Does everyone have their camping supplies? And if you'll remember, Madoc travels heavy. He's got a big bag of stuff. He says, I don't have room in my tent for all of you.
I'm happy to stay in the woods tonight.
What about the rest of you?
I'll go wherever need be.
I suppose this shall be an interesting experience.
Okay, so it's fall, so it gets down to what, like 50 degrees, 40 degrees at night?
Yeah.
That's in imperial units, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever that is in Celsius for the rest of the world.
I have no idea.
Whatever. 50 freedom units, we'll say.
Wait, what happened?
Not quite freezing.
He comes back from getting water. He's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
50 freedom units.
The Thanes are getting uppity.
What are you saying?
50,
40
about-
degrees is what you're saying?
Things in there.
Oh,
20% between freezing and boiling. How's
yeah,
that?
that's 4 degrees Celsius. Yeah, well, that sounds good. That's pretty cold.
Okay.
It's pretty darn close to freezing.
All right. So, he just wants to make sure, Madoc wants to make sure everyone's prepared to be out in the woods at night.
It's so thoughtful of you, Madoc.
I know a place where they grow wood.
Where do they grow what? You cut out
Wood.
That's one of
wood.
Yes.
All right.
Did you?
So how many? Well, we could still go a while to follow these tracks, right?
Yeah. You can. It's like
All right,
3
let's
o'clock
track
in the
'em.
afternoon now.
Yep. Let's go.
You want to track these tracks?
And
All right,
now
so
Madoc is taking care to mark their trail as they go.
Very good, Madoc. You guys break off into the woods. You start following the tracks that Madoc have found. And after about 15 minutes, it leads to a clearing. And inside that clearing is a small, simple wooden shack.
Any
Maybe
smoke
this
coming
is where
from the
the
shack?
Yeah, there's
guy killed Archie.
I know where we're sleeping tonight.
there is smoke coming out of the chimney.
Anybody in our party stealthy?
Yes,
Not
I am.
Who's that?
That is Tobal, the half.
Tubal.
Tobo.
I may have snuck in, broken in a few places.
Well, I think you could manage to sneak up and have a peek in the window, see what we're dealing with.
Yes, please stay back, you and your big bodies and your shoes. Stay right where you are. I'll sneak up to it.
Oh, success. Tobold, while you're doing that, go ahead and just make me a perception roll as well.
Nice roll.
Okay.
Ooh.
What the heck?
I think you're going to want to try harder. you want to really drive
You
that
might want
a
to
little
drive that a little more.
Do we? Do we have access to drive? Because if we do, I'm definitely driving.
Oh yeah. You can do drive. Re-roll with a plus 10.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
We're doing drive. We're driving.
Let me go up and add this plus 10 here.
I like how cocky he was, and then all of a sudden he nails his stealth and critically fails his perception. Success.
Yes.
So, Tobal, you are like, ha, nothing's going to see me coming, nothing's going to hear me. As you start to set foot into the glade, you spot, there's been tripwires laid all around the perimeter of the trees before you step out of them and into the glade. So
that's not a problem.
You make note of that and point to the others. Oh,
I disable.
yeah,
them.
you go over there and you disable them. So this is a tripwire, tied to some sort of like pots and pans and stuff. Something that make noise. You've gone ahead and you've disabled all of these, and then you sneak in stealthily. So you make your way up. There's a couple windows on the front, and you make your way up, and you can hear some voices coming from inside. You hear distinct accents of northern men. They do not sound like they're from this region, and they're a little hard to understand with some of their thick accent and their terminology they're using. But you do hear multiple voices, and it sounds like 3 voices that are coming through from there. You peek in through the window, and you do see 3 human men, talking amongst each other, kind of squabbling and arguing and just kind of passing the time. They got like some cards out on a table, and there's dice sitting out, and
Any of them have swords?
They all have swords. They all have chainmail, armor, or studded leather. I apologize. They all wear, it looks like pretty worn out studded leather armor. They got like tunics over top. They're pretty stained and dirty looking. You see there's reinforced clubs hanging from their belts and hunting knives. And there's a large battered shield leaning up against one of the walls.
Any symbols on the shields or anything?
Just no, you don't make out a shield, or you don't make out a symbol. And there also is a short hunting bow that's also leaning up against one of the walls with a quiver of arrows.
All right. Wait. So the hunting bow, is it close to the door?
Yes.
Is it on the other side of the wall? Okay.
You're able to see it from the window that's next to the door. So it's against one of the walls near the door. Yeah.
Gotten this far. I don't want to.
So
is the I don't want. So where's the front door in relation to where I am?
You are peeking through a window next to the front door. There's 2 windows on the front of this cabin on either side of the door, and you're looking through one of them.
So I'm going to go back and report everything I saw.
Sure. Do you guys want to take a little break here? Get some water and everything, and we'll come back and pick up from there?
Sounds good.
You guys decide what you want to do. Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Have audio this time. Okay. Make sure we got audio. I'm back. We're back. The Discord icons are gone again. Guys, can you say something clear? Can you say something to make sure these fine folks can hear you?
Well, hello.
Testing.
There we go. Jonas says, "Welcome back."
Is it a layer issue? I don't use any video
I don't
software,
know.
but I'm wondering if it's a layer issue.
It's like an external program that's linked to Discord and OBS, and I have to go on there and take a URL that I plug into OBS, and it's never had this issue before. I did do an update before we went live on Forbidden Lands OBS, and it just was buggered since then. So I think it's something tied to the update. So I don't know if I can roll it back or what. But I've never had this issue before. I'll refresh. We're gonna have the big ugly white box, but at least people can see who is talking. All right, they can hear us. Business
Matt,
still here. Thanks for sticking around.
Matt, before we start,
Yes.
did you want to stop 15 minutes early for that conversation at the end of this?
No, they're not. We're not doing the conversation tonight. I'm going to do the interview with them at another time.
I could go like 1 or 2
Alright.
hours.
Hopefully, I can get all three of the guys on here. So it's a little difficult. One of them's here in North America, and the other two are over in Europe. So coordinating that might be a little tricky. But that's the plan for people watching and for the players. The plan with this game, like every other game on the channel, when we're done running it, I want to sit down with the developers and discuss their game with them, do a little post-mortem, kind of ask questions, delve a little further, get their takes on what happened in our game, provide some feedback, and yeah, I've done 2 so far. I've done one with Amit Moshe, the creator of City of Mist, and the other with Daniel Fox, the creator of Zweihander. So these guys, the gentlemen behind Against the Darkmaster, which will be coming to Kickstarter later this year, will be the next ones that we sit down with. And then we just started Forbidden Lands. We'll have to talk to those guys as well.
Oh, yeah.
Who are all the same guys, I want to say. Maybe, kind of. Some of the same that also do Symbaroum, Coriolis, and Year Zero. I think there's going to be some overlap there. It's all Free League. I don't know if it's all the same.
Yeah, that's
all
not Free League.
But yeah, exciting stuff. So I'm going to be sitting down with these gentlemen at a later date to discuss their game. But getting back to the action at hand. So we left off. Tobald found that there was a trap on the perimeter to make sound and alert of the 3 northerner humans inside the cabin of anybody trying to enter the area, but he disarmed that. He snuck up to the window, saw that there was three men in there. They're just kind of lounging, and he's made his way back to report to the others what he saw. So we're going to pick up right there. I think they have a plan because they're talking about it on the break. We'll see if they actually do it.
Tobald, quick question for you. What do you think the chances are these are the ones that killed your cousin?
Well, they look pretty rough. There's no one else out here unless the occupant of the cabin killed Archie, but I can't say for sure. But they do have swords, but swords are pretty common. So I cannot say for sure.
Madoc, you said there was at least 2 of them. Tobald, how many were in the room there?
It was 4, right?
There's 3.
3.
And
Yeah, but the
I'm gonna retcon it because we've got there's in one place it's written to scale it for the players, in another place it's not. It's good feedback for the playtest. So because we have as many players to do, they're actually wearing chainmail.
Not studded, huh?
And they all have arming swords instead of clubs. So there's a little retcon that just took place.
Well, Tobald, I'm not overly concerned about taking them into to have their day in court, as I really don't care about that. What do you think? Would you be able to get up there and lock that door?
Lock the door?
Yeah, if these are the ones that killed your cousin, I'm all for burning them in that.
Well, I don't know if they actually did it. But I know you big folk are a vicious lot, so I'm not gonna stand in between you and your bloodlust.
So we're murderers, adventurers. Who knows here? This is my Zweihander group. So if anybody here in the audience was present for the second last session as Zweihander, one of these players did talk about putting rusted fish hooks in meat to lure dogs away and feed to them.
Yes, and it wasn't me.
The proof is on the recording. You go back and watch it.
What are your guys' thoughts?
I think there's a window. If the place gets on fire, they'll throw themselves out, and then we can talk to them when they're on the ground.
Surely we can question them without burning them out.
Well, we can, but we're going to have to deal with their swords and chainmail first. I'm confident that I'll survive. And he looks doubtfully at the rest of you.
I was alive when you guys were born. I'll be here when you're dead.
Wow.
Such confidence from the Elvenkin.
Yeah.
I am an immortal.
Yeah, he's out.
I mean, I can try putting them to sleep, but it's about all I have to offer at this point.
How successful are you at that?
Decently fair?
Sleep, murder, sleep. What are we going to choose?
Well,
I mean, sleep, will we be able to tie them up?
let's lock them.
Can I ask you this, Morning? If you fail to put them to sleep, will they know that you tried something?
Oh, yeah. They'll know.
So there will be no backup plan if we fail to put them to sleep and burn them.
Why don't we make the sleep to backup plan?
We could do that. As they jump out of the burning house.
Yeah. How many windows are there?
There's two. There's only the two on the front, on either side of the door.
How is our party armed? There's 4 of us, and or 5. How many do we have?
I have a sling and a knife.
There's 5 of us.
Tobald, what's your bonus to being sneaky? Just out of curiosity.
Being what?
Sneaky.
Oh, it's
60 something.
Yes, it is roguery, sneaking, stealth. I have 95. Let's see, I got a 45.
Because I got a plus 50 to stealth, so I could probably get up.
Plus 50? Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Wow, the two of you are sneaky sneaks. Sneaky.
Yeah, that's why I hit a 95, but I have a 95 total in that skill. Sneaking, my total is 95. What's yours?
50.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was talking about 50 plus my 45.
That's a lot of swiftness.
Yeah.
I have a 95.
You have
He's a
plus
halfling
95.
rogue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but still, you have a plus 95. Like, the chances of you failing are, like, non-existent.
I don't wear shoes.
Okay.
Okay.
And you have
That's
a ferret
all I have
named
to say.
Weasel.
That I call Weasel, but his name is Ruff.
And you have a sickly sheep by the name of Wheezy.
Yeah, so there you go. I'm walking around with Wheezy, so.
Speaking of, we better do what we're doing before the sheep alerts them to where we are.
blood out on the side of it.
Well, it's automatically inferred that since they had traps set up around their building that they're up to no good. Or are they just wise and wanted to be known if there is anything up to no good, like a troll in the forest coming towards them?
Remember, this does appear to be a hunting cabin.
So I think Grandel could fight, right?
Yeah, he's
How
a
about
fighter.
this? I can go up to the house, get them to come out, talk to them, and just tell them I'm a wanderer in the woods. They don't have to know you're here. And then if they come out and they're hostile towards me, I'll run towards you lot.
You do realize you just disabled all their traps too, right?
Yes.
I'm better with that plan than setting the house on fire.
Just murdering them. We bar them in there, set the house on fire, and hopefully they don't jump out the windows. We'll cover the windows.
Please.
So
hobo.
we have 3 people that can fight, right?
You can all fight.
I can fight.
I can.
You are all beefy characters. The iconic characters that are provided in the playtest on the website, which I'm going to put links to in the description later and on the YouTube, because this is all available for free if anybody wants to play and try this out. All these characters available as pre-gens are beefy. Like, they are experienced characters, good at fighting,
Most of
can handle themselves.
Well, then let's kick it. Let's go kick in the door and talk.
I mean, beefy compared to who?
I mean, people with armor.
I mean, the guys who are with me are a little more beefy than I am. I have a sling and a knife.
You've got a well-armed...
Yeah, look at it.
A well-armed human, a well-armed elf, and a magic user. I'm just looking at
Okay, so yeah, and then me.
You got wind blade over here.
Yep. And I got weed.
All right, let's just
Athelstain.
Yeah. Grendel Wind for here.
Let's kick in their door and have a conversation then.
We're kicking the door in.
Well, or we'll knock, I guess. And Madoc looks really disappointed.
Putting these
All
character
right,
sheets
let's
up on the screen
go up there.
that Wes made. All right, you're just gonna go knock on the door.
I guess
Like
it's,
all-
I mean,
all
we went from
5 of
burning
you?
the house down.
I just want to go on record as saying I wanted to burn them alive. And then cut out the...
So
we get that.
Yeah.
if anybody's guessing who the guy who wanted to do the roasted fish hooks in the meat thing was, take a guess.
The person who brought it up in game has also in Zweihander been carrying around a demon hand for.
And it smells probably.
Yeah, it's
We
it's
could
an
toss.
Evan
We could
corruption.
toss some.
So what do we want to do here, though? We want to... I'm trying to point at the camera. What are we going to do here? We're going to just march on in there and kick the door in and demand answers?
Anybody want to do it differently? We can reset the trap line and let the goat set the trap off.
Goat.
Going once, going
There's
twice.
an idea.
Could we,
I like that, Mike.
You like that? Okay.
Mordok,
Lamb.
yeah.
All right. Let's reset the trap. We'll hide in the woods. We'll lure them out to the edge of the woods. And I mean, we either take the element of surprise or we don't.
Okay,
That's the question.
there you
Do
go.
we know if these are even-
We're gonna be planning all night. So let's choose a plan
Well,
now
let-
and let's go with it.
So this is digital. Would the party like to use the element of surprise, or are we going to parlay first?
Parlay.
Let's just go knock on the bloody door.
parlay.
Okay, good enough.
Okay, the whole Scooby gang, all 5 of you are just gonna march up there, sickly goat and all.
I'm standing a little further back than everyone else.
We're
I have shield in hand.
we're bringing weed.
Shield in hand. Bring Wheezy. All right, who's knocking on the door? All right, Athelstain the Black. So you bang on the door, and all of a sudden, let's say one of you is watching the window. You see them all jump up, and they all look at each other. And one was like, "It didn't go off. There was no sound. What? Who's?" And they're all. One guy jumps to grab his shield, and draws his sword. Another guy jumps and grabs his bow, and readies it. The other guy readies his
Leonard will just burn you alive.
readies his sword, and they go, "Who's there?" The one of them, who's there? The one who appears to be their leader. He's the one who's telling like the rest of them, "Shh, quiet, you fools! Who's there?"
The wardens of the Thane are here to talk to you about the murder.
The one who is bossing the ones around goes, "There is no warden in this area."
There is now.
There's 5 of them.
Come to the door, or we'll burn you out.
We committed no crime. We're hunters.
Then you
Light the
have no
torch!
problem speaking with us.
I'm just the dwarf shouts, "Light the torch!"
All right. Yeah, one of them goes for the guy with the bow goes over the window, looks out, and he turns back the others. He's like, "There's 5 of them." So they lower their weapons. And what's this locks and traps for? Oh, Bill.
Well, we're not going to burn them yet.
Oh, that's old. Okay, lights traps. So they lower their weapons.
I was going to say the light the torches was a bluff or a intimidation roll.
Lights. They put their weapons down.
I know.
And the guy who seems to be the leader goes and opens the door. He goes, what are you doing at our cabin? We're hunting.
Come out, all 3 of you. What are you doing here?
We are hunting stag.
Let me. And he'll. The dwarf will point to the blades. They have their weapons drawn.
No, they put their weapons away.
Okay, all right. Where's the halfling? That's
Little about 7 feet behind you.
Tolbolt, right?
Tobalt. Yep.
Yeah, he'll point to Tolbolt and he'll say, "Tolbolt,
Yep.
tell them why we're here."
Well, we're here looking for the Beast of Willow Lake, but interestingly, we came across my cousin-in-law's body pierced by a sword, and I'm looking at the guy, whoever has a sword on that I can. And he was left to die in the field out there, in the glade back there, with some gore crows. So, we're wondering if you know anything about that.
They look at each other, and the one again who seems to be the leader goes, "No, we don't. We know nothing of this."
Look me in the eye.
Roll that
and tell
again
me
there,
you don't know.
Vedic. Keep
What did I crit succeed or what
you
was
crit
it?
failed.
Oh no, really?
Yes.
That's so sad.
I was looking him in the eye to see if he was lying.
Damn.
So you have no idea what's going on. Minus 62, I think, is our lowest so far.
So you don't get what you're looking for, and you put yourself in danger. Break a piece of equipment, take twice the amount of time. Oh, Madoc.
I hate games where it's dangerous to roll dice.
But that's all we play here.
I know.
Yeah, right? That's like everything.
Pathfinder, the worst you can do is miss.
Oh yeah, Pathfinder and D&D is the...
Yeah, that's true. Madoc.
Stop rolling.
So you step forward and I'm gonna say you get a little too close with your blade and you put it up against the main guy who's talking, and that causes the others to draw their blades, and they pull the main guy who's in the doorway speaking to you, they pull him back in and quickly close and bar the door.
I try to put my shield in between the door being shut.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that. We're gonna do it as a hard, because this is punishing Madoc for his roll.
It's gonna be is it athletics?
Yeah, do a hard athletics roll. Tobold.
What's the door made?
Pardon me.
What's the door made of?
It's reinforced like wood, oak. Tobold, you can. Oh no, Athelstan, they get in there quicker than you. Tobold, it seems like something was a little off. Like he was hiding something.
I don't think you're telling me everything.
They're in their bard and they got their weapons drawn and they say, "Leave this area if you want to live. We will kill you. You are no wardens."
I'm throwing something through the window.
What are you throwing through the window?
Do we have any of those pots from the
Yeah,
trap?
Wheezy.
You have apple. I was gonna say Wheezy. You have apples and Wheezy.
You still have dysentery?
Yes, yes, you do.
Some tainted cloth through the window might help.
Flaming.
All right.
Tainted cloth.
I'm throwing something through the window and saying, guys, lock that.
Well, they've barred it from the inside.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's
what are you
bar it
throwing
from
through?
the outside. Do we have? Is there access to any of the traps or a rock on the ground or whatever? It's just a window.
There's rocks.
I just want to knock it out.
Yeah, you can throw
Perfect.
a rock right through it.
Perfect. I throw a rock through it and level my bow at the window.
Okay, they're all in there as armed as well. So there's a guy with his bow aimed right at you as well, staring right back at you. They go,
Can I attack the door with my axe?
Sure.
What kind of axe do you have?
Sure, you definitely can.
I have this was something that confused me a little bit. I have a battle axe, but it says it runs as a it works off of the blunt skill. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's in the blunt class of weapons because they're heavy. They're heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, they're heavy.
So do I just roll blunt then? Is that what I'm supposed to...
There's a button on the weapon on the far right hand side.
Oh, okay.
You can actually modify with all the modifiers on the front page if we get to that.
I was just going through the...
Madoc, you got any torches or anything in that magic?
Oh, I've got everything in here.
I've got a two-handed great axe. I can probably take this door down.
There you go. Lumberjack style.
Can I just collect the 70? Is that what I should do?
Sure. I'm not... You guys can start chipping away at the door. You don't really need a roll for it. Actually, just make a roll and we'll figure out how many like chops it's going to take. So go ahead and make me roll for that. Like you're going to destroy it. There's no question of it. You're not going to miss it and it's not going to... Wow. Okay, so the two of you just start hacking away at this thing, and almost immediately, you guys you hit a weak spot, and it splinters into, and you're able to just like kick it in and just destroy this door. What do we want to do here?
Well, Madoc's going to say, imagine how well it works on skulls.
I have a map here that I created for this. I really didn't think you guys... I didn't think you guys were going to go here. And B, I didn't think we were going to get into this sort of situation. But look at us. Look at us. Never underestimate your players to do the unexpected.
Pro tip.
Yeah, right?
No plan survives first encounter with the players.
Okay, so that looks about right for marching order. And let's just grab, I don't know, some random tokens here to throw down. Oh, those are there, so we're just going to use that just for the sake. There's a goblin tokens. For the sake of being live on stream and not messing around too much with this, there's our three. I'll put one over there, one over here. You're at the front door. There's a window and a guy there. Okay, so they've got their weapons drawn, and they're outnumbered. And again, they're warning you: just leave us be. We are hunters. Why are you doing this?
If you tell us the truth, tell us now. We won't kill you on the spot. We'll see that you get justice.
Do you want to persuade?
Not me. Good God, no.
You're the one who shouted out. Never mind, I take that back.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna push the good-looking guy forward to do the talking.
Who's the good-looking guy?
Yeah,
I don't know. Who's their face?
Is it Athelstain?
Let me look. I don't think so.
Yeah, who's the face?
It's probably more neat.
It's not the guy with the -5.
Are we looking at charisma?
I've got a 35.
Oh yeah, charisma.
Athelstein's got a
I got
35.
I got a 25.
Athelstein's got a 35. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
Morning at
Yeah.
65.
Perfect.
I have a
Whoa.
5.
Morning has a 65.
Okay, this does not count. I'm not actually rolling this, but I just wanted to show you what would happen.
Oh, see a critical success. Oh, critical failure. Mornane is your. I know you guys are kind of metagaming here and kind of taking back what happened.
Not me.
You kick the door and shout at Madoc.
Well, you want to? Well, here you go.
No,
How do
go
I-
ahead. Who do you want to do this?
Who's our talker?
Wes has the highest plus. Somebody, come on. Otherwise, we're going
It's
with
not me.
Madoc.
What?
It's definitely not me.
Are we convincing them to put down their arms and surrender?
Yes, that's at
Is
least
that
that.
what we've gotten to?
Yeah.
It's up to the door and they're not murder hungry anymore?
They have their weapons drawn, and you're trying to convince them not to to step back. You're trying to de-escalate.
I just fired my bow at the nearest.
Did you really?
Oh, man.
All right, we're doing combat.
Yep.
I don't think we're gonna finish this tonight, this combat session, but okay, here we go. Everybody, break out your combat rules.
Cool. What is the playtest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the cheat sheet here in front of me. So you're gonna go first there, because you went before combat broke out.
Yep. I made
So-
my decision and rolled a 1 on a 6-sided dice. So there we go.
Result of 99. So what we have to do is you are firing against their defense. Let me jump over to the defense of, I think they all have the same defense, so there's nothing different between who you select. And you subtract that from your roll. So their defense is 25.
Will also be a modifier for his weapon versus what type of armor?
He's wearing chain, so we gotta let's go to the tables.
It'll be on the weapon breakout on his. It's not in that card.
So is this to the character sheet?
Yeah.
Nice.
Front longbow.
So missile weapon attack table. And you're going up against.
Well, we
chain.
can figure that out. We can figure that out on the character sheet. But if he goes to his weapons and attacks in the longbow, it'll have no armor, soft leather, rigid leather, chainmail or plate, and it'll be a modifier versus that weapon type.
Oh, I
versus
got a
that armor.
plus 15 on chainmail.
Okay.
C8.
So you're at minus 25 for their defense and plus 15 for your bow versus that. So you're minus 10.
So an 89.
Yeah. So if you go to the table section of the character, and you're probably missile weapon, you can hit the CH, which is a chain, and type in your 89.
Look at that. He's got a program for you.
Don't have the crits or anything in there.
So I see a
What's the other?
6 on the table.
Be 6 damage.
Missile weapon attack table. 89. Go over to chainmail. It's a 6.
Mhm.
Cool. Woo! Okay, these guys have a lot of hit points. Time to start tracking.
Nice. Attack automatically missed. There's a chance of being clumsy.
All right.
Do we have to move to attack?
Yeah, if you're using a melee weapon, yes. But we're gonna get to. So, what's his name? Gandril kind of initiated this, so he got a surprise round. Then we're gonna move to real combat now. So I'm just making a note here of the damage you did. So you did, what was it? What did I say? 6?
Yeah. 6 wounds or whatever.
Okay, so the who'd you shoot? The one with the bow drawn?
I said the closest one.
Yeah, we'll say that's this guy at the bow drawn. He was aiming it at the door. So you loose an arrow from your longbow, and it finds a spot in between the links of his chainmail, and he lets out a gasp. Ah! And then all hell breaks loose. We're going into combat. So, the way combat works.
You're
you guys
welcome,
have access
guys.
to the cheat sheet. That's what I'm using.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, phase 1, the assessment phase. Round 2, or phase 2, action declaration. So you have to declare what you're doing and who your target's going to be.
Yep, that's all.
So who?
So we do that now?
You do that now.
Sling. I'm gonna fire my sling at the guy with this guy right here, closest.
Okay. What we'll do is
Right
let me
now,
just
I'm
put
pinging.
different colored dots on all of them also. There we go. So you're gonna fire your sling at him. Okay. So that's what you're gonna do. You're not moving. You're staying there. You're gonna
Nope.
fire your sling.
Because it looks like if you move, you get a -20. Is that what I'm seeing? For
No, you get to move. Well, yes and no. If you're moving to engage, then it's kind of a wash, like you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think you can move and still.
Yes. I think
Wow.
you can.
It's
I'm not moving.
actions and half actions. So basically, I think that's an action and another action. So you're doing two things.
Oh, I'm good. I won't be. Not right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to move in this combat? Our 3 melee fighters. I'm guessing you want to get up there. You get to. Your move is 15 squares, or you can sprint for 30.
I'd like to. Is there a charge action?
Yes, I believe.
It's moving to engage, I believe.
There is.
Okay, yeah, because Madoc would like to charge the archer and crush him with his battle axe.
Let me.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, there is a charge action, but I think it's part of a moving action.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the combat section that has. Actually, I think I have reference. I have the action summary in there for you guys. Oh, look at me. I don't see a charge in there, and I did take this right from the.
I see charging modifier +20.
Where do you see that? Sorry.
Charging modifier on the sheet.
Is it on the character sheet?
Yeah, it's actually part a thing you can do. It's in the. I want to say it's in the end rule section of the.
Cool. He's got charge.
The fun of running a new game
Ah.
and getting into combat for
Yep.
the first time.
So,
I'm doing-
is there any minus to moving to attack in a charge or not? Or is it just a plus?
I'm just
I
looking
see
for it.
move. I see
searched-
move to engage here.
I just searched charge in the PDF and it didn't come up for any hits. Like find word charge. Again, unfortunately, we don't have one of the creators here in chat with us anymore because we could just be like, "Hey, how does this work? Tell us."
So right now, we should be, and we're still in phase 2. We haven't moved to phase 3, which lets us.
Correct.
Attacker is charging at the target. It's a +20 melee combat mod.
Where do you see that, Wes?
It's at the bottom of page 100.
Okay.
But it's weird though, right? Because there's like the dashing attack, which is -30, which is I think also moving and. This is where it's like the whole rule set isn't included in the
Quick start.
quick start.
What's his movement rate? Is that called out
15.
somewhere?
Everybody gets
Everybody's movement
15.
is 15.
5. Okay, so I'm less than half my movement.
15 meters though, right?
Well, I'm just gonna I'm gonna track each square as a meter. We're just gonna make it easy. We're gonna dumb it down so you can move 15 squares.
Okay. Well, then he can easily get there. So that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, dashing attack. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of split up in a couple different places here. Thanks for finding that, Wes. Yeah, move to engage is a -20.
assessment phase, action declaration phase, movement and maneuver phase, then
Is that
spell
what we're
phase,
in?
range phase, melee phase, ranged A, range B, spell B.
This guy, I'm gonna mark him. This guy that has that sign on there, he's the one holding a shield. Nobody else has a shield because shields are going to play in this as well. It's going to give him additional defense, and it helps him if he wants to parry.
Positional bonus and dashing attacks. A dashing attack is an audacious and daring attempt at lunging at the opponent, trying to take them off single surprise. That's a negative 30, so it's not really. Flanking's huge in this game.
Yeah, flanking is really big.
So we're in phase 2 now, right? So we're still declaring.
Yeah,
action.
none of you has declared their actions.
I have. I'm slinging.
I had, yeah, because I was looking at rules.
Okay,
You're the
now
only
which
one.
dude?
You're the
Red
only one.
dude. What is he? What's he
I'm going to
called?
reload my bow as my.
Good.
What did you ask? Sorry, Athelstain?
What's the red dot? What's he hold? What kind of armaments is he?
They're all wearing chainmail. This guy has a bow. This guy has a shield and an arming sword. And this guy just has an arming sword. Can I put a little
So
bow
the
on
red
it?
just has an arming sword.
The red one has a bow.
That one's already being charged.
Is there- Here, I'll put a little gun on him because he's ranged. Oops.
Is it going to be an issue getting around that table to one of the others?
No. And he's got swords. No, it shouldn't be. It's within your 15 movement.
Is there stuff
I-
like opportunity attacks? Like if I charge past the dude with the bow or anything? Or can I attempt to like shield bash him as I go by?
Well, it's all based off the speed of the weapon that you're using. So it's not necessarily shield bashing as you go by, because that would be your full action if you wanted to hit him as you're running by.
Well, I didn't know if
You can
there's
actually
some
you
opportunity.
can actually take multiple actions, but it starts getting multiple negatives really fast.
Yeah, I just
Yes,
screw
yeah.
it works. I'm running past him to the green guy.
Okay. Who does that leave us? Maiden.
Morning.
Morning.
Gandrel's just reloaded.
So that moves us to the move and maneuver phase. So where are we all moving? This guy is going there. And there. And you guys complete your moves. The guy, buddy with bow, is just rearming it.
Okay.
This is where it gets into tactical combat, where everything is kind of happening at the same time. You declare it ahead of time, and everybody
Yeah.
moves and does their thing at the same time. Then it goes to the next phase, and we do the fast weapons and such. So Madoc's there.
Like-
Athelstain, you're going up after the guy with the sword. Go ahead and move yourself closer to him.
Who's our other big combatant guy?
Athelstain.
Then we have somebody else was kind of a fighter too, right?
Gandril's the one.
I
with the bow.
am. I have a sword, Mike, but it'll take me a round of combat to put my bow away and get my sword.
Okay.
So next we move to spell phase A, cast, prepared, or instant spells.
Nope, not.
All right. Now, range phased A, loaded missile or thrown weapon attacks are resolved, so that Tobold, you were going to attack with a sling.
Yes, I am.
That is you.
Okay.
I'm actually in casting though for another.
For another round.
Wait,
you-
this.
It takes. I can get one off in a round, but I'm going to concentrate it on an additional round to get a bonus.
Cool.
Oh, nice. All right. So I take this sling and I'm attacking this guy with chainmail.
Yep.
This should be short range
Sure.
for.
It was the blue guy who had the shield, right?
Correct. He's got. I
Yeah.
put the little symbol on him. He's got a sword and
Okay.
shield. The other guy's got just a sword, and the other guy's got a bow. The little gun.
What's his? Oh, what's the target's defense?
Oh, it is the same. They all have the same defense. Let me see. What did I say for the last one? 25.
All right, because I got prompted by this awesome character.
Right?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, and you used your drive on the traps outside.
Yes,
Oh no!
I did. I critical failed with a sling.
Yeah, something
Oh.
bad's gonna happen to your weapon.
Yeah.
You can roll it again. See how bad it gets.
Oh, I have to roll it again.
Oh,
that's
you
right.
sure
Yeah, it's open hundreds.
What does that mean?
That's the name of their system is open hundred.
Minus 15.
Keeps exploding
gonna
negatively
say,
and positive.
One of the leather straps on your sling snaps, and it's now useless.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm a rogue, so
It's useless, kind of like you.
yeah, right. And now I don't think I have backstroke. If that even exists.
Okay,
That's
so
a lot.
now we go to the melee attacks round phase. So, longest weapons first, long weapons, short weapons, hand weapons.
Battle axe is pretty long.
It'll say on there. It's got a.
Oh, you've got it on there for them? I gotta go find these guys' weapons. I gotta see what page all the gears on the last section.
As long as it's typed into the character sheet completely, yeah, there's stuff there for it.
So
It'll say
what
it.
is
It'll even say it on the card when you type it out or when you length.
length is long.
Yep. So that's longest, long, short, hand. I think.
Does that change the spacing between me and the opponent? Is this kind of like reach?
Not really. I think the only one that really affects is like pole arms. You can attack from the second level. You can't take like opportunity or parrying attacks when you're right next to a guy with the longest weapon. There's lots of specialty rules about weapons.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just looking for these guys.
The longest, long, short, hand. Longest attacks first because reach or whatever.
Do I get any bonus if I'm attacking somebody who's holding a bow?
He can't parry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find my guys' weapons here. Some feedback. I would say add that onto their character sheets.
But they don't have what?
Oh yeah, like on the micro cards that they have for the.
I don't have the speed, so I'm trying to find the weapons right now in the quick start, so I can see how long an arming sword is.
I think it's long. Well, yeah, I would guess long because my short sword is short. So actually, when you open up your combat bonus modifiers, you can actually type into the sheet or select no armor, soft leather, reinforced leather, or chain, whatever you're attacking it. It'll calculate your modifier to hit that armor type if you select the armor there.
So where do I do that, Wes?
On the roll modifiers on the top of the page, combat bonuses.
They're long. I like.
Oh, there it is.
Longest is spears and pole arms. Long is long swords, two-handed weapons. Short maces, hammers. Oh, short swords. What would an arming sword be?
Chain. So Wes, I should under types of
Arming
armor.
sword is blades, length long.
Long.
Edge.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think they're all wearing chain, right?
Right. So I should under target's armor type. I should hit chain, right?
Yeah.
Chain.
And it's a radio button, so you can only answer one thing at a time. So we'll switch between those 5 different types.
And their defense gives them a plus 25.
So do they get and there's no modifiers for him having a bow, right? He just gets his.
He would have to say like these other guys who have swords, they can reserve some of their combat, and you guys can too. Reserve some of your combat bonus for parry.
Yeah.
If you have
if you
A
anticipate,
melee weapon.
yeah, if you anticipate they're going to hit you and you're not going to hit them, you can actually save your long action to do a parry. So once you've used your long action and you know they're going to attack you, you can't parry. You're leaving it up to your defense. So you have to either use your long action to attack or reserve it to do a parry.
No, you can. I think you can use you can save part of your combat bonus. The
Can you?
way I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can. You can just reserve a certain amount of it
I'm going with what
as
Wes
long
says
as it's greater than 0.
because Wes made the character sheets and he's like the expert.
That's the way I read it. I could
at
be wrong.
this.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and attack
All
him
out.
and not reserve anything. Or
Do it.
oh, you want me to roll? Okay.
Roll to hit. Yeah, I guess you're.
So, all right. So I've got chain
have-
marked,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've got the battle axe is 70. Do I do anything else?
I don't know if you have whatever situational modifiers you would have.
Oh, how do I add the charge? Do I get the charge bonus? Oh, there it is. Charging plus 20 up here. Just click that.
Yeah. And did you do
Okay,
the minus
and then-
25 for his armor?
That'll actually query when you hit the button. Button is the
Well-
70 next to your sword on the equipment page.
Right. Well,
Right.
I've hit chain. Is that what's driving the 25?
The chain will take into account your weapon's modifier to hit that armor type.
Okay. So do I still need to give him I need to check off a negative 25 somewhere?
No, it'll query you when you hit the attack button. It'll
Okay,
ask
hold-
their defense.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the button.
Yeah.
It says target's defense. Now I type in 25. Okay, and I hit submit. That's good, right?
142. It's pretty good.
So do you have the table programmed in there? We got to consult the table now.
No, we just have to make a separate room. Yeah, it's on there. To help you
Mike, your
blunt.
max is 150. You hit a 142.
Well, the max is The max is what you can type in max on the attacking chart.
So you're using an
Wow.
edged against chainmail, is that correct? No, you're not using edged. Blunt.
He rolls on the edge table, even though he uses the blunt skill. There's not really an edge. You look at it as an axe is big and heavy, so they use the blunt weapon skill as opposed to the blade weapon skill.
That's 70 damage and a grievous injury.
Yeah, so if you go to the tables page and you hit the edged weapon versus chain, which is CH, and then type in your result of 142, it'll post it to chat what your result was.
Okay, so I go to tables, go to blunt weapons, go to chain.
Or- Edge. I think you're actually using the edged attack table, even though you use the blunt weapon skill.
Okay, so I go to edged weapon, chain.
Yep.
142,
Correct.
and then submit.
It'll say what's the max, which is 150. You can just max out 175, I think, is the automatic answer. It's basically the bigger the weapon is, the higher the result can go on the attack table.
18
All right,
damage
so
is
what should-
huge.
What should I do now? It says 175. Should I hit
Just
submit?
hit
Or should,
enter. Yeah, just enter. Or you can type in 150.
You program these tables in here? Wow, Wes.
Yeah, they're programmed in.
Wow.
oh, I see.
It's a lot of data entry. 17 damage and a grievous critical.
Does that look right?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Matt
I saw on the tables here.
I don't have the critical table yet. But basically, because it's a grievous, you add X amount on top of your D100 roll for the table, which Matt will have to look up. The critical rules are in the PDF right after attacks. I want to say page 100 something.
Like
I'm
the
sorry,
tables?
40 something.
One thing I noticed is there's a second. There's an alt critical that says impact.
Yeah, that's sometimes you can use that weapon with an impact critical.
Okay.
Some weapons get a second choice, and I'm not sure why. I don't think that's fully covered in the quick start rules.
Okay. Let's hope that doesn't happen back at me.
Critical strikes. Critical strike. Grievous. are less than forgiving on the target. Grievous critical strikes rolls are modified by a plus 30.
So it's a 100 D100 plus 30, I believe, is the rule.
Yeah.
So should I just roll a D?
Yeah, it's a non-open-ended D100 plus 30.
So they're rolled on a separate table in the appropriate critical strike table for the weapon, spell, or attack. This is a D100 non-open-ended roll modified by the severity of the critical strike inflicted and seldom by other modifiers. So yeah, what I said, just roll a D100 and we add 30 to it, and that's going to give us our grievous injury. Let me get to the injury.
63. I've already added the 30.
So is this is impact critical or cut critical? This would be cut critical?
Yeah,
Cut. Edge.
63. Oh, you could have done better than that.
Yeah, sad.
So 63 is
Drive.
minor forearm cut, plus 4 hits, 1 bleed, and target is stunned.
Nice.
Oh yeah, stunned is huge, and like the bleed is like plus 5 or plus 10 damage a turn till it's staunch. It gets ridiculous.
Make note: bleed, stunned. This is the guy that has the bow, right? That you attacked.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is very gritty.
Yeah, and crunchy. This is what you like.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that 66 on all the tables is like head hit, instant death.
66.
Yeah, 66 is like in the middle of the table. There's that lucky shot. I think on a lot of the tables.
Oh, okay. No, this maybe 160. It goes all the way to 150. So he rolled really, really high, or low, I should say.
Oh, he did roll low on the grievous.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right though. He's stunned, so he's out of combat for a couple rounds. The way
you're like people are like plus 20 to attack him, I think, since he's stunned and he can't parry at all.
All right. Well, that's fine. We have other people to play with. Cool.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Who's got the next longest weapon?
Well, I already went.
Who?
Went in. Right.
Athelstane, you've got a long weapon, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do you, and then I'll do the NPCs. Like, this is all simultaneous, right? So.
Did I just click the one just beside my weapon, correct? The total.
Yeah, and you can assign chain on the combat bonuses, or if you have any other bonuses, and then it'll adjust for your weapon versus that armor type.
It's showing that this weapon has 0 on all
Okay.
armor.
And you're attacking the one with just the swords, correct?
And what's the target's defense?
25. I just plugged stunned in there, what stunned means, if you're wondering what that wall of text is. You guys can read it between. 68. So Wes has it programmed in. I was just going to go to the tables, but Wes has it programmed, so he's saving me a step. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Oh, we're coming to a close here on our time, and we're in the thick of combat. Ooh. Gives me another week to solidify these combat rules, because I honestly did not think you guys would get into combat. I've read them, but I didn't think it was going to happen. But you guys, full force murder hobos.
Well, these guys are bad.
With a sickly goat.
Even though my character doesn't believe that these guys are bad.
You said you wanted us to play test the rules, right?
I know, we're getting combat. I didn't think you guys were going to get to combat, and like I said, I didn't want to force it on you unnaturally, but you made it happen.
We are.
I had a map prepared in case, because I know you guys, and I thought this could be a combat, so I had one ready.
Did you find the button you're looking for? Oh.
Yeah. Now, what do I roll after that? I got the result of 60.
Okay, if you go to the tab for tables,
Yeah.
the left-hand column will be edged weapon attack table,
Right.
and then you can attack the CH's chain. You can hit that button, type in your result of 68, type in your max of 140 if you wish, or just let it roll out to 175. Basically, that max just prevents you if you roll 200. It gives you the max result.
Yeah. 3 damage. All right. My turn?
Yeah.
I don't have a character sheet built for these guys, so it's going to be me adding a whole bunch of stuff on to figure this out.
I was thinking the character sheet probably needs a monster quick stat block.
Does that have a way to program it to where when you hit the attack, it automatically jumps to the damage as well?
That can be done in Roll20 with API scripts.
Figured
So-
more complex.
Let's do this. I got a button here.
Who's attacking who?
We're gonna have the guy with the shield attack Madoc. So Madoc, what is your?
Did you declare that back in the first one?
I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't. You're right.
I was just messing with you.
Oh. So what? He can't attack me.
Yeah, I can attack you.
Oh.
Or
Sure,
more-
why
There's
not?
a lot on the DM's plate tonight.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
what's
got,
your defense, sir?
Leather jerkin and a full shield. And is defense a number? Is that a
Yeah,
stat?
that's what I don't really have plugged into the sheet yet.
Where do I get my defense? Is it defense a number, or is it my what I'm wearing? My
Your
equipment?
your armor will give you a base number, and your base defense is generally your swiftness.
My base. Okay, so let me go to swiftness. My swiftness is a total of 10. I'm not very swift.
And what about your armor? What does it give you?
My
Then
Leather
the PDF that's not on your sheet.
I don't really see a.
Look on here.
What's that?
It might not have got plugged in.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a number for that.
Yeah, his swiftness is 10, shield of 25, and the leather is going to be in his torso, which isn't on this sheet.
Oh, there's a melee mod. Is that defense? Because a
Yeah,
full
they-
shield says 25.
Yeah, that's 25. It adds 25 to your parry.
So the leather jerkin should give me something too, right?
I'm just seeing
And
if it's
then
on your
PDF.
on your pre-gen, yeah.
Yeah, on your pre-gen defense and armor, like me, I have a total.
Now, it didn't get read on that character sheet because I copied it over from my campaign where I hadn't have everything added onto it.
So, toughness save, will save. So you're with shield. Your defense with shield is 35. It's on your
Yeah,
pre-gen sheet.
Okay, but I should get something for my helmet and my leather jerkin, right?
Helmets generally only protect versus criticals on the head.
Okay, what about my leather jerkin? And
That's taken
that
into
help?
account. So I'm looking at your character sheet here. So it shows defense base with shield, 35 range. So yeah, your base defense is 10, and then with shield and your soft leather, it looks like it's a 35 altogether.
yeah, but you didn't add it. I could see it right here. The mod for the leather jerkin is 0. So maybe there's no benefit to the leather
Lots
jerkin.
of
Maybe
protection one can wear offers not much protection against distinctively blows, but is somewhat effective against thrust and cut. So yeah, no defensive modifier from that.
okay, but it'll modify other things.
Yeah, like
Okay.
their weapon's ability to attack it will be different versus soft leather versus reinforced leather.
Got it.
What is their plus? It's big. Plus 55.
Okay.
106 minus 35. It's gonna hit.
71.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Because they're using arming sword is
Should be able to use a table versus soft leather.
I love crunchy con.
I know
Yeah.
you do and,
No,
and
I do,
Mike
I do.
does.
Soft leather edged weapon, right?
Yeah.
All right. So then you just put in.
So it's what I get
71.
77?
71.
71. 3 damage to you.
Okay, and I have. Is this right? Looks like I have a lot of hit points.
I'm sorry.
List your max.
Yeah. 3 damage.
You'll have a current of on the left hand side versus kin max, and then
I have hit points total 70, kin max 150.
that's correct.
So what does that mean?
It means you can go up to 120. Like you can't get more than 120 during the course of. You currently have 70.
Okay, all right. So at 3 points of wound, it's going to take him a while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to chip
Yeah,
away for a long time.
I think his I think it's the injuries that are what mess you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right,
it's the
they really-
injuries that are going to do.
Well, and then you could be like Mornine, who doesn't have any armor and has 30 hit points.
Right.
She's a wizard.
Interesting.
Okay. So the other one is now going to attack Athelstane. So let's do this again. I went and looked at your defense while we were figuring that out. So you have a 49. Oh,
Whoa.
that's not going to do anything. I don't even need to look it up on the table. 75 minus 49. Okay, so he swings and misses at you. That's it for the melee phase. Next is ranged phase B. Other missile weapon attacks that haven't fired in ranged A are resolved. Spell phase
I don't think we
B.
have rolling.
No.
Yeah, I'm still concentrating. My spell will go off next round.
And all other actions phase.
So if I loaded my bow in earlier, would I be able to fire it now?
If you start, that's like if you start without your bow knocked and you like load it in the first round and shoot it in the second phase. I think it depends on some bows. You can get off 2 shots if they can rapidly reload them or whatnot.
He's got a longbow.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's got a loading of an action.
Takes a full round, I believe. Could be wrong. Again,
Like a short bow, like you can load faster. So
developers, I know you're gonna watch this. I apologize if we're butchering your combat. We're going through it for the first time. It's crunchy, and we're doing our best. So
We're
I'm sure
juniors.
We're making some mistakes.
We like crunchy. It's good.
Oh, we missed BizLab. Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I missed you there in the chat as we're going through combat. Okay. We're at the beginning of another round, and we're also at our cutoff time. So why don't we leave here, and we'll come back and finish. Round 1 is done. On to round 2. I've made notes of all the hit points that have gone away, and
And a broken sling.
and a broken sling. So next week we won't be playing this because Wes will not be able to join us. So we will be doing something else. It may be streamed, it may not. We were talking about making characters for Simba Room. We will see, but we will do something next week, whether it's streamed or not, and then we'll be back the following week to complete this playtest. So thank you so much for everybody tuned in, watched us. Thank you again to the creators and developers for dropping in and your continued support. Thank you to Wes for this character sheet, who is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for us. This is huge and saving so much time in a game where we have to refer to a lot of tables. So thank you, sir. You get the
What's the idea?
shout out. So thank you again to everyone, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with the conclusion of Against the Darkmaster. Have a good night.
Thank you, Matt.
good night.